So we gather together, we hear the same readings year after year, but this is more than just religious tradition, nostalgia, bringing holiday cheer, because it all starts here, so come, gather near, but don't worry, there's no danger, it all starts with a baby just chilling in his manger. Because to us, a child is born, but this was long before the curtain was torn, 30 plus years before 5,000 mouths were fed, before a few soldiers placed a crown of thorns on God's own head. Importance is of the utmost in this true story, but please forgive me because I'll fall short in expressing His true glory. So to us, a child is born, and with it, expectations were completely shattered and torn. Our Saviour came as a baby, so vulnerable and weak. How were they to know true King one day bow at His holy feet? Those people, just like us, they were waiting for a Saviour, but when He came, it could be seen He just wasn't quite their flavour. This definitely wasn't the Messiah that they had expected, and it certainly wasn't a leader that they would have elected. Now it sounds completely absurd, I know, the hope carried in this one infant, but they seem to ignore the mighty God by whom He'll be made so triumphant. They say the government will be on His shoulders, but I'm not talking like Atlas holding up the earth and all the boulders. So the birth and reign of the Prince of Peace, whom by any and all conflict one day will cease. The scriptures declare that His greatness and peace there will be no end. So this Christmas, consider the blessings that God Himself did transcend. So over kingdoms and thrones He would reign, but all this just didn't make sense in their brain. So we needed someone so perfect, unchanging and immovable. That's why God Himself came, because He was the only one suitable. We come together this time of year to celebrate this light that shines in the darkness. What hope for us to heal us of our own naive blindness. So this isn't just the eloquent arrangement of the word, but rather the desire that your heart would skip a beat because of something you heard. So what of Mary, just a teenage girl whose plans were certainly interrupted, but with it, all notion of a God were completely reconstructed. Inside of her, something beyond our own human measure, but hindsight being 2020, I now know that baby was a treasure. So these parents laid all their cards out on that table, so the hope of the world could be born on the floor of one fateful stable. And when He came, there was no pillow for His head to lay. In a manger He was placed, a makeshift bed made of hay. So again, we're reminded of these humble beginnings, empowering our own bright futures with solid underpinnings. See, this little baby was sent to be our Saviour, but arriving as the fruit of just one girl's labour. Our gospel is God came to earth, but it all starts here in the truth of Christ's own birth. Because His story transforms our story, but we get to share, we get a piece of His true glory. And my mission is to inspire. Then your belly will be placed this fire, all from my God in all His divinity. Dream team, my God's part of the Holy Trinity. He had no predecessor, and He will have no successor. Jesus is the best Christmas gift, and God's heart expressed, the potential to transform our lives at our own request. So remember, to us, a child is born, as I keep saying, regardless of whether you're into all that praying. So now, go in peace, be blessed, knowing that Jesus came to give you life and experience God's best.